welcome everyone, this is the Maple's channel back with another awesome video. So today I will be talking about 7 tips that you can use to make your park look better, or just things you should not do. All the tips will be listed in the description, I mean the timestamps, or you can just click on the video and you will see all the categories. So let's begin. So the first tip is to not make your park too cramped or spacious. What I mean by cramped is an example of my park, which is extremely cramped, and as the result of it being extremely cramped, I've had to fix it, like a lot of fixing, because the park was just extremely cramped and too many things were in one place. So I do not recommend making your park that cramped. But you should also not make your park too spacious. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, if you go and do paths, it's alright if you have 1 or 2 paths, but don't just add like 4 paths in a row and expect it to look good, because it just won't look good. So, don't make your park too cramped or spacious. Next tip is to add vegetation and the benches. Now, vegetation and benches are mostly for decoration, but benches are extremely useful because your guests can sit there and relax, which will give your park more stars, and vegetation will make it look more beautiful and not make it like a concrete crack. So I highly recommend adding vegetation in your park, or else you will make it look like a concrete slab instead of an actual park with decorations. Now the next thing, and it's a very important thing which I see a lot of people don't do, is to put trash cans and lights all around the park. So the important thing is, if you do not have lights in a park, it will just look very ugly, because your park will be dark and extremely dark, and you won't be able to see much. For example, my park, when you look up, you will see how bright it is, and it will be like a nice skyline of the park with all the lights. So I recommend adding those. You can just go like this. You don't have to like put it every single, but for example, you can put it like this, then like this, then like this. So not in a row like this, because that looks ugly and it is too much, and because of the new lighting system, it will make your park look too bright, which basically broke my park. Along with lights, you should place trash cans. Trash cans are more common to be seen, but without them your park will look just as ugly as without lights, even more, because guests will just throw their trash on the floor, and when it piles up you will have to clean all of it and then place trash cans, and an average cleaning time of trash the guest throws is around 5 seconds. So a lot of trash will pile up and a lot of time will be wasted on just cleaning something that could have been fixed with just placing trash cans. The next thing is put fences around your paths to make it more organized. Now, put fences that match. For example, many people do not know this, and this is not mentioned in the tutorial, but when you put I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyways, if you put these paths, wow, that is just very impressive. When you put these paths, many people think that they cannot change the fences of them. However, that is not true. You can just, for example, you want to put this wooden fence, so you put it, my god, you put it like here, and then when this leads to a ride, it will just look very bad. But how you can fix it is just go on these fences and just put. So that will basically turn these fences into the fences you want them. And if you want to destroy these fences and replace them with new ones, just click on them and the normal metal fences will come back. Now the also important thing along with fences is to place paths that match with the fences. So example, this path that just does not match with this fence and it's awful. But for example, if you put a wooden path there, I think this one, it will look very good. For comparison, this one just looks awful. So, generally, the most important thing is to match stuff and to not make it too, don't make it too different, because then you will just make your park look ugly. Alright, the next thing is to put park maps around the park so people can easily find the exit or points of interest. Now, what I mean by that is basically take a screenshot of your park. You do that whatever the command is on your PC. Take a screenshot of your park, edit it so you can remove these white things so that it doesn't look bad, and then upload it as a decal on Roblox. Now, after you've done that, you can just go and find the picture. You can just type in image and you will get the image panel. You can place those around the park and just add a few add text in there so your guests can easily find points of interest, because for example, you know your park, you know where everything is. That's the problem, another problem with my park. I know where everything is, but the people who visit my park, they have no idea where they have to go because it is too cramped, and I have I lack in maps. So very important thing to place maps around the park. Otherwise, your guest will just be confused and go around the park seamlessly. So yeah, that is cool recommendation. The next tip is matching colors. Now, I've explained what it means. Basically, you have to match colors. You can't make one park pink, one path pink, and the other path blue. If you do that, it will look ugly and it will just not fit the park. I highly recommend you stick to the colors of the pads. You can change the ride colors, but they need to match, otherwise your park will look very ugly and people will not like it. So that was a quick tip, which was really important. I think that's one of the most important things to actually getting a lot of likes on your park, is to match colors and match things. So please do not forget that. If you have seen rating other people's parks, my videos, you will see that a lot of people don't match their colors, and it just looks very ugly and are unorganized. So I highly recommend you match your colors and everything else. Now, also a highly important tip for a lot of guests. You should use custom ride prices because the default ones are extremely overpriced and they are generally not worth it. Because, for example, for a roller coaster, it is an extremely expensive thing. So if you want to build this, bro, you really suck. If you want to do this and then leave the park, it will be just hella expensive. I mean, $25 for a coaster ride. No, go that down to 15. Now you may think you will get less money, but it's not. It's not what you think. You will get more guests which will spend more money on the rides, and your rides will actually be full instead of being hella empty, and you will have more guests, and more guests mean more money. So I recommend you put custom prices on the rides. So we have finished all the tips that your park could use to make your park better. Now let's just do a quick look at all these. I mean, not a look, but better to remind you about these tips. So the first tip was, do not make it too cramped or spacious. The second was, add vegetation and benches for decoration and for more guests and better ratings. The third one is, put lights around the park along with trash cans. So it's self-explanatory, and I explained it. It makes your park look better and also gives you more stars. The fourth one is, put fences to make your park feel more organized. And also self-explanatory, won't boost the stars of your park, but will make it more beautiful and you will get much more likes. The fifth one is, put park maps around the park so people can find points of interest and the exit. Um, this is mainly for navigation. You won't get any stars for this, but people will enjoy it and it will be much easier to navigate through your park. The sixth tip is to use matching colors and paths. They are always the best and will get you the most people to come. Again, this will not boost your stars, however, it will make the people like your park much more. And the final seventh tip is to use custom-right prices. Um, Self-explanatory, it will boost the stars of your park and also increase the amount of guests and money you earn. Highly recommend using custom-right prices. So that was everything that I thought of, which will make your park more better. I hope you use some of the tips and that they are useful. So see ya everyone, this was Mayplace channel with another video. Goodbye.